Hello everyone, I'm ACryInShame and welcome to Shroud of the Avatars tutorials in 10 minutes or less. Today's tutorial, combat. We're going to start off with talking about your equipment. You can hit C to open up your equipment, or you can go up top here to the window selector and go down to character sheet. In your character sheet you'll have a whole bunch of slots here. You have the cloak, the necklace, the belt, the ring, the instrument, your left, your right hand, your feet, your hands, your pants, your chest, and your head slots. If you look at your items here, your weapons in your left and right slot, in this case I have the Bridge Defender's Bow. You'll see, as you read down the stats here, right under where it says bow, it says hits one target, so it only targets one person at a time. The damage is between 2 to 7 damage. I have a 5% critical chance. I have a strength bonus, which is very low, which is usual for bows. You don't get a big bonus in your damage based on your strength, you get very minimal. But I have a parry of 2 to 7 damage, which means if I do successfully parry, I will reduce the incoming damage by 2 to 7. You can come down here and check these stats down here. You have resist and an avoidance. Your resist is how much damage you'll resist when you get hit based on your armor. You can only maximally defend against 32% of the damage that you receive. So if I were to receive, say, 10 damage, I wouldn't resist the full 7, because I can only resist up to the 32%. Now usually you're going to receive a lot more than 10 damage at one hit, except for the early game. The early game you're probably going to be receiving, about 15 damage, so you're not going to resist the full 7, but as the game goes on, you can easily have that maxed out, like you can easily resist the full amount of damage. The avoidance is your percentage to avoid an attack or get a glancing blow. If you completely avoid attack, you get no damage. If you do a glancing blow, I believe it's significantly reduced damage, like it's 1/3 of the damage. Not 100% on that one, as the developers have hidden a lot of data behind, and don't really give us that information. Right, now as far as calculating your damage, here's how it basically works. Each weapon has a base damage. Then you have a percentage boost from your range combat, or if you're using blades, it's blade combat, and so on and so forth. Then it is your skill itself, also has a boost to it. So for instance, this skill here, which is aim shot, I can do between 6 to 17 damage, where on my normal attacks I do 2 to 7. So there's a boost in the actual damage from the skill itself as well. So as you increase the range combat, and increase your base damage from your weapon, you also increase the damage on your skills. So this is a very important skill to learn, which is why it's one of the most expensive experience-wise to gain up. But keep in mind that your dexterity, your strength is your baseline, then it's your weapon itself, and then the boost from your range from your base combat skill, and then the boost from the skills you're using. If you're not using a weapon, and instead using magic, it's a very similar calculation, but instead it's all based on your intelligence. So have your intelligence as your baseline. If you have a wand or something that increases your damage, you can use that as well, but for now, since I'm just having a defender bow, I won't have any boost. And then you can check the skill itself. Now there isn't a base elemental skill like there is with a base combat skill. Instead, the damage that you deal, your base damage, is based off of your affinity, your attunement to that element. So, as you gain levels in the different skills of that tree, this attunement will go up, and the base damage to all of your skills will go up with that. There are also items that increase your attunement or decrease your attunement for different elements. Having a higher attunement also decreases the damage that you take when you're attacked by that element. Many of them also have a skill like this one, which is well grounded, which reduces the damage you take from that element, in this case air. With fire, it's fireproof. Earth has the bulwark of earth. Water has the blue-blooded. Sun, moon, death, and life don't have that resistance. Instead, if you go to moon, you will see this ability called Celestial Blessing, which gives you the life, death, and lunar resistance. At this point in time, I don't believe there is a direct resistance to sun. As you can see, the Sun Worship and Sun Eater, these are not anything that actually gives you resistance. So let's get started in some combat. Let's hit Z to take out our weapon. We have skeleton targeted. Let's start off with a simple attack. So we can hit T to do auto attack. So if we, let's see, it's kind of way we can get up. So as soon as he hits red, we'll start auto attacking. You can also turn off auto attacking. And if you click on your mouse, so you click on your normal click on button, click and hold, you can actually do a charge attack. You can change the controls on this and do a charge attack instead of an auto attack. As you can see, we're joining combat again. For the tutorial, I'll use my auto attack. Auto attack is usually a lot weaker than you do with your charge attack, but when you're trying to do multiple things, it's very helpful, such as running around. You can then click on your skills to use them, much like many other MMOs. Or you can use the numbers below here. So this way my mouse can be up here, and clicking on things and doing other stuff, or like moving my thing around so I can aim and attack. Now if you're using range or even close combat and you're facing away from your opponent, you will not attack. You must be facing your opponent to deal damage to them. After defeating an opponent, you can go ahead and scroll on top of it. You'll see loot. You can double click or hit E to open loot. You can then open your inventory and click and drag items from the loot into your inventory. Another thing you can do is hit take all or hit E to take all. Alright, next we're going to go over death. As you can see, I'm being attacked by a wizard, an archer, and a thug. My health is dropping down. And I'm not attacking back, otherwise I'd probably end up killing them because I'm a little stronger than they are. So I'll come back in just a minute. Alright everyone, we're just about dead. And boom, dead. Now when you die, you'll see that the individuals that you're fighting have become little wisps. You can see their little soul energy, where they're located. You can't really tell who they are. Also, if you try talking, random talking, nothing shows up. You can't talk to people when you're dead. Makes sense, right? You're dead. Now you'll see a time to resurrect here. You can wait for the resurrection time, but that's a really long time. Or you can wander about, and usually at the beginning of where you are, like the beginning entrance where you came into an area, you will find, in this case, if I come down here, this is back where the early area of the catacombs. You'll also see on here there's a little resurrection location. There's usually near the beginning of the area. Right here you can see this big glowing Ankh. You'll notice that when we came in here before, that wasn't there. We didn't see this Ankh. We can only see these Ankhs when we're dead. So we go to the Ankh. We can then resurrect. Boom. Then you'll see up top left here, you'll see that we have a spawn protection. So as we just joined back in from being spawned, we are protected for a short amount of time. We also have a delay here, which is a 15 Ankh resurrection delay. So this way if we die again and have to go back to an Ankh, we don't res immediately. We have to wait 15 seconds before we res. And you can see that's going to last for 15 minutes. Also, death has another thing. I'm not sure if you noticed what my skills were earlier, but you'll probably notice that my pool is a little lower now than it was before. That is because when you die, you lose some experience in all of your skills. And then experience from your pool is then added to those lost skills to kind of make up for it, so long as you're either maintaining or training a skill. If you are not training a skill, or not maintaining a skill, then it'll lose points of experience in that skill. Skills, however, cannot lose experience when they are below 40. So if you're at or below 40, you don't lose any experience. So I could have had this set to not training, and I would have lost a little bit of experience. You can kind of see right there, but it would never actually lose the level below 40. You can't go below 40 in this game. As soon as you hit 40, you can't go below it again. Alright, that is all about combat for now. We'll be talking about the combat decks and other materials later on. Please check out the skill tutorial if you want more about skills. For now, this is ACryInShame, signing out. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, hit the like button below. If you'd like to see more videos like that one, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to get notifications, make sure to hit that bell. You can also check out our website for more information on different games. If you would like to support us, check out our Patreon page for more information on how to do so.